Hello everybody and welcome to Hensuki episode 10 anime review. This episode, everybody showed up. They just showed up for a little bit, said hello and then left basically. That's really what happened. Although at the end we didn't discover. Keiki reckons he's discovered who it was. I don't know how, he just looked at a timestamp I guess, but that works. You can figure things out like that. What else happened this episode? We had slavery. Not actual slavery, but like servant slave something. You get what I'm saying. You watched the episode, you know. Yeah, and then there was some sniffing, there was some other stuff. There was a lot of let's just get on with it because I am not looking at my notes right now, so I can't remember what happened. It was literally 10 minutes ago. I have the memory of a twig. Episode begins in the Shoto Club room. He's slaving away. He gets Yuiko like a big old sundae, it looked like, or something. Good for her. She needs to eat more. She's gonna get big and strong. Senpai is less than amused with this, although she does know exactly what's going on. She's like, you probably blackmailed him into doing this, and it's like, that's actually exactly what happened. Then they ask him about what boobs he likes, and all boobs are equal, he says at one point, but he says big boobs are better, so he just contradicted himself. Come on, pick a side and stay on it and all that. You know, I don't know. Then he does like a dog handshake thing with Yuiko, and Sayuki gets jealous and runs off. And then he basically figures out, to end my slavery, I have to figure out a way to prove that she's Cinderella. I don't know how that works. Surely if you figure it out, then you'll be a slave for longer, because she knows you had her panties, right? Am I overthinking this? Most definitely. He goes to her house the next day. He becomes her butler, carries her bags and that. It's very funny. It's done in like a slideshow though. Then she goes to shower and he's like, this is my chance. And she's like, if you look at any of my stuff being my underwear, I will kill you. And it's like, okay, better not do that. Then she screams though in the shower. He rushes in to save her. Obviously sees her fully naked. It was just a spider, you know. I don't know what to say about that. Spiders don't really get me. I'm just the go-to guy for spiders. Like, there's a spider, as long as it's not big. If it's a big spider, I'm out. But if it's a little spider, I'll kill you. But yeah, then he sees her naked. His punishment, she steps on him a little bit, but then leans her head on him because she's like indecisive, I guess. She can't decide what she wants to be. And then she talks about how her grandma was nice to her and how she didn't want to get close to people because then they'd leave her and she'd feel betrayed and all that. Actually, this was quite a nice part, completely at odds with the rest of the show. But it was like, oh, that's a nice little thing. What happened next? He's special because he talked to her and didn't leave her, and she got excited for it. Oh, isn't that nice? Then he finds his boxers under her pillow. So, yeah, and that's how he gets out of being a slave. He's like, I will call the police. This is Grand Theft Auto, not the video game, like the crime. It's not grand. It's just he stole my underwear. It's basically what happened. So then he's freed from his slave contract, I guess. That's how that works. So he's also no steps closer to figuring out who Cinderella is. So I guess it's time to give up. Second half of the episode begins. Him and Shoma are talking to each other, but they're on like different layers. It honestly was really weird and quite funny, just because it's so absurd. Shoma was like, yeah, Koharu has a load of DVDs of me and notebooks detailing my every move. It's a little bit creepy, but he's far less put off by it than you would think, so I guess that's good. And then he's like, good for you, I caught Sayuki wearing my boxers, and they sigh, they're like, being single. Then on his way back, Nanjo's like, be my boyfriend, and he's like, lol, what? But no, she just draws him, and then it's because she's got an offer from a shoujo manga and she's never done a shoujo manga before, so she's like, you're my research material. She fakes him out with a kiss and it's like, ah, and then she leaves and then it's like, bye. And poor Keiki, he just gets duped so often, or he gets his hopes up, just have them crushed. That's like this whole show. I mean, it's a comedy, but that's basically what's been going on this whole time. I feel a little bit bad for him, but at the same time, we all think it's the sister, right? We all know that the sister took him. Or maybe it wasn't. If it's not, I'll eat my words, but I'm about 85% sure that it was the sister. But what do I know? Last bit, he runs into Fujimoto and she sniffs him for a bit and then gives him a water park ticket, or it might just be a swimming pool actually. Swimming pool ticket for 5 people. Hey, there's 5 people in the main cast, so they're gonna go. Yeah, and then she leaves, so that was her appearance, I guess. Then he walks in on Shoma and Koharu in a precarious position. I quite like this because it's like a reverse anime, if that makes sense, because normally the protagonist is the one that's getting walked in on, but now he's doing the walking in, if that makes sense. I thought it was quite good. Whether it was deliberate or not is another thing, but it was like, oh, that's a funny, because it's like in reverse. Yeah, those two can't come to the swimming pool because they're busy, or I forget the reasons. It wasn't important though. The important thing is they can't come. And then he looks at the photo time. It was 5:50. It was 5th of July at 5:50. So I believe it's the 5th of July, or was it the? Oh my God! It was 5:50. That's the important part. And he's like, I figured out who Cinderella is. How? How? The only thing I could think of is maybe in the background of one of the pictures, he can see one of the people, and there is a close-up and you can see someone in a skirt, but I don't know if that's a character. Like, is he like 5:50? That's the time that the thing got stolen. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could Well, that's at school, so maybe it's like you're at school, so that definitely eliminates you. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe he's like, oh, it has to be. I mean, I think it's the sister. At this point, I think it's definitely the sister that took him. She might not be Cinderella, but she definitely took the panties. She was like mainly cleaning his room. It's like, oh, thingies, I'll go wash these. Maybe, I don't know completely. I'm just making what's the word? Making a guess. An educated guess. That's a good way of putting it. But yeah, so I assume we'll find out at the end of next week, and then episode 12 will be resolving it. Or maybe not. Maybe we just won't find out. That would be annoying. I've got a feeling that we might go there, and hopefully not, because I mean it's the central mystery of this show. So it'd be nice if we got that resolved. Can't believe I just referred to the whose panties are they as the central mystery. That's what it is. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the episode and everything in the comments down there somewhere. Subscribe and stuff for more reviews, because there is a lot of anime in the world. I will see you next week, and bye guys.